Alrighty, welcome to the podcast, Dan. Thank you for taking the time today. Really appreciate it. So everyone for tuning in. This is Dan from Rowling Co. He runs a very successful real estate agency in Mountain Creek on the Sunshine Coast. Dan, how long has the agency been operating for?
Thanks for having me. The agency has been operating for a little over 3 years now. We started, if anyone does the maths and rewinds 3 years, that was pretty much when COVID hit. So we've had a bit of a whirlwind start. So we started the agency just before COVID hit. Wasn't the ideal start, but things have panned out pretty good now.
Yeah, for everyone listening as well, Kelly and Dan have seen a rapid amount of success in their 3 years. Just a little bit of backstory as well. Kelly Rowling is actually was a top 5 agent, and it still is a top 5 agent on the Sunshine Coast. Is that correct?
Thank you. Yeah, she is 20. So rate my agent rankings for 22. Kelly was ranked number 1 for Mountain Creek as an agency, and number 5 on the Sunshine Coast.
That's awesome.
2022, and now we've just been awarded 2023 as well.
Oh, so, congratulations!
Yeah,
that's
fantastic. We do like the recognition of what we've done. It's not what drives us, but it's nice to see what we're doing is actually making a difference. And
all those sleepless nights, all going to not going in vain.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
100%. All right, well, let's get into it a little bit. So I want to talk a little bit more about your origin story, Dan. And really, have you always called the Sunshine Coast home, or was it somewhere else that you called home previously?
Not always, but we weren't far away. So Kelly and I grew up in Brisbane. We actually met and started dating when we were about 15. So
oh wow!
Yeah, most of our lives have been together. So from the age of 15, her granddad lived on the coast.
Yep.
And I loved it, and we were always up here every weekend. As soon as we got a car, we were here every weekend. Just loved the place, and just before we had our first child, we sort of had the chat about, look, we're here all the time. We love it. It's a fantastic place to bring up a family. So
absolutely,
why don't we do it? And as I said, we were up here every weekend. One weekend we were here, and we saw a land release as we were on our way at the Sunshine Motorway, and we jumped off, drove in, and we ended up walking away with a contract on a block of land. So
yeah, right.
It's it all happened pretty quickly.
Whereabouts was that?
That was in Mountain Creek.
Funny enough, eh?
In Brightwater, yeah. So
that's a bit ironic.
Ironic, yeah. So we've been there for 15 years in Brightwater. So we absolutely love the place. Love the coast in general, and have seen a lot of growth, and we've, I guess, been part of that growth on the coast over 15 years. So we know the place really well, and we love it. So it's easy to be able to let other people know that are looking of buying in the area or on the coast. You know the benefits of it and how great it is when we're immersed in it ourselves.
Yeah, absolutely. Sounds like a great place to start your agency and see a lot of success. So that's awesome. Okay. So tell me a little bit more about your pathway in particular, into actually becoming a real estate agent, and really what was really the driving factor for you to actually pursue a career in real estate to begin with? Yeah,
so a bit varied actually. So when I left school, I went to university, did marketing communications degree. And finishing that, went into the marketing industry and did that for about 10 years.
Wow.
Yeah, so worked my way up, I guess, from the lower ranks into a national position, which I ended at, I guess you'll say, in my marketing career, and transitioned into real estate. So during that time, Kelly had already transitioned into real estate, so she did a marketing degree as well. We did the same one.
They give you guys a very unique kind of position in the market, and kind of bring a little bit of an advantage over some different and competing agencies, especially with a marketing degree as well. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's right. And I guess, the marketing degree, the psychological behind it, but also we've got a pretty decent sort of property background as well. So whilst we were working in our full-time jobs, we were renovating, flipping, subdividing, for the last probably 15 years as well, on the side. So late nights, weekends were spent renovating houses pretty much. So we've always had a passion for it. So really the transition into real estate is probably makes sense.
100%.
Coming from a marketing background, having this passion for real estate, knowing a bit about, I guess, buying, selling, renovating, developing, all sort of aspects of it. Bringing that together into what we are now is natural progression, and it makes sense, I guess.
Wow, okay. That kind of ties into my next question, really, is like, what really inspired Kelly and yourself to kind of start your own real estate agency? Because at the beginning, Kelly was working for another agency a couple of years ago. Was that correct?
Yeah, correct. So it actually came about. So the last renovation that we did and flip was in Budrum, and there was an agency on the coast that we used to sell it. And Kelly had we'd both always loved real estate. I was in a position I had a full-time job as all right, and Kelly was chomping at the bit to get into it, and so she just happened to mention to this agent like, I'd love to be an agent. He said, talk to my principal, and he could, might be able to take you on, and that was Justin Voss at Blue Moon.
Right.
Yeah.
Blue Moon's actually one of the clients of ours as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, so that's where it started for Kelly, and so, she worked for a number of years for Justin. He was fantastic.
Yep.
Good bloke. We owe a lot to him for her start, and so and then it led into, she did that for a number of years. Moved to another agency where she started, I guess, the sales division for that agency.
Yeah.
I was always working in the background to assist with everything. I guess anyone that works in the real estate industry, I guess, has to have a partner that wants to work in the real estate industry as well.
Exactly right. Not many weekends together, that's for sure.
No, that's right. And most of there's many hours after hours, and it never turns off.
Phone's never off.
That's it. It never stops.
Yeah.
So behind every great agent is a great husband or wife or partner.
Yeah.
So I was always involved and assisted somewhat in everything that she did. So there came a point where I guess I was not enthused in the position I was in as much. We essentially had started this sort of sales division for another agency, and we had a pretty good idea about the real estate industry, about marketing, what it took to do it. I've had other businesses before as well, and I would like to say naively, but that's probably the wrong word. It probably wasn't naive. We had a pretty good idea of what we wanted to do and how to do it. Maybe didn't know how much it was going to be to do it, but we gave it some good thought and we planned it pretty well. Got the right support around us to do it. So I quit my national marketing manager job. Kelly left the agency that she was at, and we did it. Just two of us working out of our out of the garage essentially at home, and that was in 2020. Fast forward a few years, and it's going pretty well. We've expanded a little bit. A few people around us now to assist.
Got quite a team on your hands now, which is awesome.
We've got a team. So we've grown, and there's still a lot more plans to grow further. But we're scaling it so that we've got the right people around us, so that we can provide service. That's the biggest thing for us. Service is everything. Providing the customer experience, the result, and the experience and the whole process is paramount. And it's what I guess drives our success. Essentially, at the core of it is doing the right thing by people, doing it properly, and getting the right result. And it's a pretty simple recipe.
Exactly.
Don't tell anyone.
Right.
But
exactly right.
It's just doing the right thing by people, and
being genuine in actually trying to help them with their really what they're looking to do is move on with their property, and they've got some property goals of their own as well, whether it's to downsize or to upsize, and really you're that bridge in between them actually getting to where they want to be. And that's
exactly
how you actually position yourself in the market, is by providing the best possible customer service as you can. Because down to it, that's really all that matters at the end of the day. Is that you're transparent in and what you're delivering is credible and trust. And that's something that I'll get into a little bit later as well. So I'll dive into that. Now, something that I wanted to mention as well with the building of Rowling Co. What were kind of some of the biggest challenges that you kind of faced and that you had to overcome?
I guess it was probably getting our name out there and establishing our footprint. It's not one thing that you can do. You're not going to say, okay, I'm going to go put flyers out and that's going to build my business, or I'm going to do some Facebook marketing and that's going to build my business. It's looking at it holistically and saying that there's it's 360. It's a whole heap of things. And people have asked before, what's your secret? What should I do? It's like there's not one thing. There's not one thing. It's endless, and you need to look at all aspects of what you're doing. And I guess reverse engineer it. Stand in the feet of the end user and say, what do they expect from us as a company or an agency? What should we be delivering to them to A, get known, and B, deliver the service that they expect? And if you can do that and work out what the end user needs, wants, and expects, then reverse engineer it and deliver it. And that's what you need to do.
I think that's that marketing degree coming out the back there, because definitely marketing, obviously my background is marketing as well, and something that you do to kind of build out a successful campaign is by building user personas on that other end, and the people that are actually receiving, and trying to get them to take action and kind of resonate with them. But what you've done is kind of taken like the marketing and the technical side of that and reverse engineer that into actually offering the service to the end user, which is really cool.
Yeah, that's right.
That's awesome. All right, I can do some more technical questions. So really what I want to know is, how do you differentiate your agency really from competing agencies in the area, and what does technology or how does technology actually play a role in that differentiation?
We differentiate ourselves by, I guess what I said earlier, is just being genuine. We're real people that expect us to sell their home are real people. So I really don't understand, why there's, I don't want to bring the industry down, but there's people that, do tricky things, or, it's a stereotype of real estate agents. And, I just don't understand it. We're here to do a job. People aren't stupid, and they shouldn't be treated stupid. And they're real people, and you're dealing with probably the biggest asset and biggest thing that they've got in their lives. And it's a serious thing, and that's, there's no point in mucking around with something like that. It's serious. So the way, I guess, in essence, we differentiate ourselves just by being real, doing the right thing by people. Absolutely. And it shouldn't even be something that you're differentiated by. It should just be something that everyone does. But unfortunately, it's not the case. And I guess, and tying in with that is care. And with care comes a hard work, and being able to service everyone like they should be serviced, and getting the results for people that they deserve and that they expect us to get takes time and effort and hard work and care. And I guess along with that comes how we do it. And it's a lot of hours, but it would be even more hours if we didn't have the technology to support us. And like starting from our garages, Kel and I, and servicing people, we couldn't do it without the technology in the background. And like I say that, but if you had a pen and pad and you tried to, write down everyone's name and keep track of them and write individual emails to everyone and upload things to your website, like that we never had, and we still don't have the hours in the day to be able to do that. And so that's where the technology, you can't do it without it. You honestly can't do it without it, and because there's just not enough hours in a day.
100%. And that's like, we have a lot of startups that come to us and kind of ask for advice, and really asking kind of what the best kind of pathway to go down. And a lot of the time, being a startup, you want to be cost effective in your approach as well. But something that I always say is that you really want to start with your foundations. The foundations are probably one of the most important things when you are starting up your agency. So the technology behind the actual agency themselves, and then also with the CRM as well, CRM technology, which is massive now in the real estate industry. Probably one of the most important parts is getting one thing is actually getting the leads, but how you deal with the leads and actually turn them into opportunities and actual listings is a totally different story. Like, you need that CRM infrastructure behind you to be able to have all of those contacts, and then also on the back of that, remarket to time and time again. So
that's right. And anyone that knows me will know that I won't spend money on anything that's not needed. Like, I am that stereotypical, why do we need that type of person? But I have never ever doubted that a good CRM, in particular the one that we use, Arrow, is definitely essential. We've had it since day one, and if you think that if anyone thinks that, okay, I can save a few dollars on not having it and keeping an Excel spreadsheet or something, is probably going to lose tens of thousands of dollars in potential income.
Yep.
Because they're not running it properly. And again, everything I do comes back to ROI. I'm happy to spend $1 if it makes me 2.
Absolutely.
Happy to. But, there's certain areas where, and just like our technology in the back end and our CRM, it's invaluable. And if you didn't have it, we would be losing tens of thousands of dollars.
Exactly right.
Would be. And that's, it only takes a few listings that you don't get because you haven't spoken to that person or you haven't followed them up 100%. Or you're not, and there's, talking about ROI, that's well and above what a CRM costs you.
Exactly right. It's just business. So you got to spend money to make money. You have to be comfortable with actually letting go of that money. Yeah. Knowingly, you sometimes got to be a little bit of a psychopath to see the vision as well and know that you are spending this money and you will get it back at one stage, whether it's 2 years down the line, 3 years, 4 years.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that just compound really.
Oh, absolutely.
In the investment of what you're actually doing. So
yeah,
absolutely. Okay, so something I want to get into as well is like obviously the Sunshine Coast has exploded with growth and development at the moment, it's crazy. Yeah. COVID has really accelerated and probably brought a lot of hot eyes and hot attention to the Sunshine Coast. So how have you leveraged kind of CRM technology or your website and the technology behind the agency to kind of adapt to these changes and massive growth?
Yeah, I guess you need to reach a lot more people now. And so the technology that we got to be able to do that with, emails, SMSs, all that sort of stuff really helps sort of meet the masses without us having to do the legwork. So, and again, it comes down to hours in a day. There's having that ability to reach all of our pipeline easily makes a big difference. We've got a few new listings coming up. Did an email out yesterday. They're not even on realestate.com. No one knows about them yet. Did a quick email to our current buyer database, and hey, we got 5 phone calls yesterday afternoon about these properties that are coming up. Yep. It's that sort of stuff that using the technology to adapt to the changing environment.
Absolutely, it
makes life so much easier. And I guess the coast is growing, and it's going to continue to grow. So we need to grow with it and change with it, and using that ability to reach the masses.
100%. I don't think it's going to slow down.
No, it's not. No, it's really not. And that's the exciting thing for the coast is that it's always going to be a location that people want to move to for lifestyle, for retirement. And what we've seen is a lot of that. And COVID, fast forwarded it. We saw so many people move from interstate. The people that wanted to do it because they always wanted to, but never had a job here. And now, hey, they can work from their study in their house and do it. Or grandparents that weren't able to see their kids or grandkids for 2 years because they were locked in have gone, well, I'm going to go live on the Sunshine Coast where my kids are living. And so it's just exploded, and it's always going to be like that.
Yeah, 100%. That's awesome. Okay, so how do you approach client relationships and kind of building trust with both buyers and sellers? And realistically, it's a competitive real estate market. So if you're talking to someone who's looking to sell their house, they're probably talking to a few different agents. Is that what you're finding at the moment? And how does what's the holistic approach to kind of building this relationship and building the trust?
Yeah. It's just that it's building the trust and showing people that we actually care. It's not just a transaction. It's genuine care for what we're doing. Along with that, I mean, we've had quite good success in what we do because we put our heart and soul into it. We utilize all of our knowledge, to be able to achieve some pretty good results that we're proud of to change people's lives. Think about a lot of the stuff that we do change people's lives. The amount of money that property has gone up and we've been able to achieve for people is phenomenal. And so we get a kick from that. We honestly do. And it's that genuine care. And I think that comes across when we are in appraisals, and it's Kelly and I, husband and wife, family, talking to across the table to another husband and wife family, understand what they're going through. same position, day in, day out. We're just a family-owned business, and
Yeah.
and we honestly care about what we do for people, and more often than not, these people become friends, and they're over for a barbecue, a month later, because we put our heart and soul and effort into it, and so we're genuine, I think, which is what the industry needs, and it's just genuine, people and care, and if you put your success down to that, it's probably is, but it's crazy. It's just working hard, doing the right thing by people, and that's what's paid off for us. And a lot of hard work and doing the right things. It hasn't happened by accident. It hasn't happened just because we do the right thing by people.
It's a systemized approach.
It's a systemized approach. It's thinking what's next. What can we do to make it better? How can we improve? How can we expand? What's the next step? It's never, we're not the type to say, okay, things are pretty good right now, we've done quite well, let's just cruise along like this. It's, okay, we've got to here, how do we now get to here? And that's continually looking at the business, and systems, approaches, trying new things. We're always trying new things. And it's systemized too. We're trying new things, but it's a process, and it's an educated move. But always trying new things, and always just not going with the status quo. It's what can we do differently, better.
100%. Yeah. I guess speaking to that as well is your results kind of speak for themselves as well, which is attributed to your massive growth and success in the market. So I think obviously in real estate, referrals are probably, what would you say, one of the biggest growth metrics as well, is that someone else telling that they had a really good experience, and I've got an agent for that. It's Dan Kelly. Would you? Yeah.
And that's probably a big part, and I've got to probably take my hat off to Kel. She's phenomenal at what she does. She really is. I hope she doesn't hear this.
Oh no,
she really is, and a lot of our work comes from repeat business because we do the right thing, and she cares, and genuine person, and we don't do it to get the repeat business. We do it because we want to do the right thing by someone in that situation, that sale. As we said, it's a massive thing, and we do it right. And luckily enough, it comes back around. And again, don't tell everyone our secrets, but you do the right thing by people, they're going to come back to you.
Exactly right.
And if you do the snaky tricks or the wrong things by people, Sunshine Coast is a small place.
100%.
And everyone who buys a house is probably going to want to sell that house again at some stage.
Exactly.
Or everyone that buys a house has got a friend who's going to want to sell a house at some stage. So
the thing is, and to speak on that as well, like negative word of mouth travels like wildfire.
So much faster.
Way quicker than positive word of mouth.
Absolutely. That's right.
Exactly. Yeah. If you operate from within that metric and that parameters of thinking, okay, I've got to give this person the best possible experience, because if I don't and they have a negative experience, that's going to hurt.
Yeah, and that's right. And that's what can drive you as well. Doing everything spot on, perfect and right, because if you don't, the negative repercussions spread pretty quickly.
And building your reputation again is very hard.
Yeah, that's right.
And in real estate as well, like to that as well, is that you are the brand as well. Like as the agent is the brand. You've got the parent brand, which is Rowling Co, but also it's the agent there. And if they just want to say, I'll just get a new brand, they know who the agent is.
Yeah, that's right. Absolutely. And the thing for us too is our name's on the wall.
Yep. Exactly. Rowling Co is plastered. So.
Exactly. Yeah. So if we don't do the right thing by people, we're not moving to a different agency. And I guess everyone that works for us as well. We're setting the brand for everyone that works for us or with us. Other agents and property managers and everything. We're setting the standard for what the market expects from us as a company, and we all do. So we do the right thing by people, and we build trust. That trust transcends down to everyone else in the company, and it builds the whole brand as to being, one that we can trust. And that's what, we don't just probably take on anyone in our business. It has to be the right people, and we don't want to be the snaky, underhanded company, and so that's why we don't employ anyone like that. Like we just want genuine, real people that do the right thing, and that's what our company's built on, and that's what it will always be. And so we need the team around us that are just like that.
Exactly. Like you guys have a massive point of difference in the market as well. Like a bit of differentiation as well. Like away from the tech side is more so. You aren't actually just in real estate for the money. It's like you actually have a genuine passion for helping other people and families as well, because the family is a big point of difference there as well, especially where you are on the Sunshine Coast. The family aspect to it is probably one of the biggest points of difference. You are genuinely trying to help them with them either selling their property or helping them buy another property as well. So which is pretty cool. You don't see that a lot. It's not a standard in the industry that I've found.
And that's right. We probably don't, like, we're not driven by the numbers, and often we have catch up with our accountant. We sit down, we're like, so how have we gone?
Yeah.
We're not doing it for like what the P&Ls look like, and we probably don't even look at it enough. We care about getting that done for our client, be it a buyer or seller, or they just want to buy that house or sell that house, and they want to be happy with the process. And everyone walking away happy is a pretty good outcome, and I'd say that's what we achieve nearly every time. And rarely do we go back and see, okay, how much money have we made, or how many sales have we done this month. It's really not about that, and we probably as business owners should scrutinise that a bit more. But hey, you do the right thing every time, and success will follow. 100%.
Yeah, can't agree more with that. So, tying into that question is what is the mission for Rowling Co? Like what kind of differences do you bring rather than a large franchise, which we've kind of already got into, which really is the family aspect? Is that really the one differentiation you found?
It's a big part of it, yeah. The family and just the genuineness of it. Doing the right thing. We're here to do a job. We're here to sell a house for someone or assist someone in buying their next move, upsizing, downsizing, closer to the beach, whatever it is. And so our mission is to continue to do that, probably on a larger scale. But our growth has always been, and I want it to continue to be, is scaled at the right growth level, not to ever lose that service, personal sort of touch to it. We want to grow, and hope we do. If we keep going along the same sort of track, I'm sure we will. That's our plans, but we never want to grow to a size where we lose the service, or we've got people that are not right within our company that ruin our reputation. Exactly. We've got to scale it and do it right, and grow at a level which we're happy with, that we're still delivering those results, that service, and so moving forward is probably, we hope to be seeing more Rowling Co signs, agents, offices around the place in years to come, but at a growth level where we don't lose who we are.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's probably one of the biggest problems in organisations as well, not just real estate agencies, but any business, is that the larger you grow, the bigger you get. As a result of that, the customer service kind of drops. So it's trying to find, as you were saying, trying to find the happy medium between that and really establishing a strong brand mantra for you guys personally, and the genuineness which travels down the chain. And on that level, it's a pretty hard thing for businesses to do. So
it is, but like I said, from the inception when we started, it's having the systems around us as well, which enables us to do that. We wouldn't be able to grow larger and still give our clients the service that they need and deserve without having the back end systems and support, which enables us to do that. If we were stuck behind a computer entering in an Excel spreadsheet of prospects or something, we're taking away time that we would be there, assisting someone with their sale or purchase, on the phone, helping them with everything that comes with buying or selling. We wouldn't be able to offer that service without having the right systems behind us.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, I would say running an open home would be a nightmare without technology. That's for sure.
Impossible, and it's not just running the open home; it's everything that comes after that. You know, it's you meet people at an open home, but that might not be the home for them. So it's assisting them then down the track to find something that suits them. And if we often match properties to people that are looking before they come to market. Because we've met them in an open home, we've taken their details, we've popped into our database what they're actually looking for. And so then when something comes up that we're going to be selling that matches that brief, we can.
It's a game changer.
Pull up, Bob's details, give Bob a call and say, hey, Bob, we found that house that you're looking for. You can't get a sale like that with a result that more often than not, if you can sell a house prior to going to market, it's for the result that the vendor wants.
Exactly.
They're not going to not go to market unless it's what they want. So if you didn't have that system to be able to call Bob and say, I remember I met you, Bob, at XYZ house a month ago, you were looking for a 4-bedroom in Mountain Creek. It's just come up. Bob's like, great. Bob's happy. Someone's come to him with his dream house. Yeah, the vendor's happy because they've just got a sale at the price that they want without having to do open homes and everything else. So, like I said, people walk away happy. And that's what then Bob will tell his mates, Rowling Co were great. They came to me, the vendor will tell their mates, hey, Rowling Co sold this place before we even went to market.
Exactly. And then when Bob wants to sell as well, he's had such a good experience and he'll remember that. And if you keep remarketing to him and providing value, then you've got a client there as well.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. So
two birds, one stone.
For the small outcome of a CRM, which takes away hours and hours in a day of uploading to realestate.com, to uploading, I don't even know how you do it, open homes, properties, everything else, not just taking away from that, but also giving you the benefit of creating sales and then future pipeline sales from having this ROI.
Exactly right. And that's the thing, like buyers turn into sellers. That's probably, that's very obvious, but you should be treating your buyers as if they are sellers as well, which most, not most, but some agents, really, they only respect the seller. When the buyer comes, it's just a haggling contest for price, and it's not really about that. It's like you need to respect that buyer just as much as you would a vendor.
That's right. Yeah, they all need to walk away happy. Everyone needs to feel like they have got the service and they have been treated well and have walk away happy. So because one day they're gonna sell.
They got friends as well.
Absolutely. Yeah. And like we said earlier, the amount of referral business that we get now is our main, probably our one. Again, we don't look at numbers as we should, but if we broke it down, it's probably probably the largest percentage of our business is referrals. So it just goes to show that 100%. How important it is. We do everything else, and of course we get organic listings and stuff that comes from our marketing and which is great. But it's always. Everything is 360. You can't just...
Exactly right.
You can't rest on your laurels that we're going to get repeat business or we're just going to do some marketing and get some new business in. It comes from everywhere and you don't know where it's going to come from.
Exactly. So. And I think what's different as well is what you're doing. You're doing marketing as well, but you're also branding. So there's two separate things today. You've got the marketing and then you've got the branding where you're actually building the brand, which is compounding with all the referrals that you're getting as well. So it's no longer just... you're spending a few bucks on Facebook ads and you're getting a few good leads, but what you're actually doing over here is with Rowling Co is building a brand, and that compounds over time as well. So which is awesome.
Oh, that's right. And by building the brand, it benefits, I guess, all the agents that work for us as well, because I'm talking Kelly and I get inbound and repeat work, but our agents get repeat work or get work because of the brand that they're working under, So people call us because of, they know that Kelly and I or one of our agents have done the right thing because we've got the right people here. They'll call us and say, just come out. And it's essentially, they know that they can trust us. And it's not so much an interview to sell their house. It's more of we already know you guys are trustworthy and we know you guys as a brand get great results. So we know we want to use you. If you can deliver the results as a brand and and the client knows that you're doing the right thing by them, and they don't have to worry about it. It's a pretty simple choice for that vendor.
100%.
Yeah.
Because you've got you get two sides of the coin there. You've got an agent over here that's trying to sell himself to you, and then you've got you guys over here, which is just consultative and actually trying to ask them about their goals, what they're looking for, like actually trying to help. Whereas you're not just coming from a place of cold calling and trying to actually sell.
Yeah.
So,
And at the end of the day, our goal is always to sell.
Yeah.
That's what we're here for. We wouldn't,
Exactly.
We wouldn't probably be ranked as high as we
No.
do if we didn't sell. We do pretty well at that, but it comes from a different angle of selling. It's not a car salesman.
No.
Kick the tires and say, this is a good buy. This is for you.
It's got everything you want.
Is this the right house for you?
Yeah.
Is this what you want? Is this what you need? No, it's not. Okay, well, how about we find you what you want or what you need? Or if you love this house, great. Let's help you buy this house.
Yep.
We will assist you to buy it. And that's what it's not selling them the house. It's not buy this house. There's another 3 people about to make offers.
Exactly.
You better be quick.
The old car salesman tactic that.
Yeah.
Had 3 inquiry overnight, 3 saves.
It's and we're working for the vendor, of course. It's like if they say, yeah, we quite like this house, then that's an opportunity for us to sell it. We're working for the vendor. But if they don't want to buy the house, we'll find them something else.
Exactly.
That's no problems. And again, we don't look at numbers, but we get emails, and I think last month before, like, we were the 3rd highest listing agency on the coast out of 256 agencies, including every large agency with 15 or 20 salespeople.
Yep.
We were ranked number 3 with 3 salespeople.
Exactly.
It's paying off and doing the right thing.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. All right, so we spoke a little bit about the tech, but one more question in terms of the technology as well. Like, what systems have you found that have really helped you scale Rowling Co?
Obviously, our CRM. I'm not saying that because I'm sitting here talking to you. I wouldn't have kept it for the whole, since we started the business. It was straight into Arrow. We'd used it, or Kelly had used it at previous agencies, and we continue to use it. And I'll always talk its praises because it works for what we need it to do. It assists us to do what we need to do. Yep. We wouldn't be able to do what we do without it. It's impossible. And coming from a marketing background, I've got a pretty good idea of what we need to do to market our business. So it enables us to do everything we need to do to targeted marketing to specific people that we want to market to, that we know are, either looking to buy or sell.
Yep.
And that's a game changer.
Yep.
To be able to target your marketing to specific people in a specific way, that's a marketer's dream, really.
Yep.
If someone wants to buy a can of Coke and you can market a can of Coke to that person directly as they're walking past a convenience store, then that's marketing 101. If you can market a property to someone that is looking for that sort of property at the time they're looking for it, that's gold, and which is what we can do with our CRM. It's not just marketing. It's, like I said, it's day-to-day operation. It would be impossible without it, and we wouldn't even be able to run an agency without it. I would have thrown in the towel.
Yeah.
I would have no
mountain of emails. Spreadsheets going everywhere.
Yeah, exactly. It's impossible. So the tech's invaluable. And really, there's a number of systems we use, but more so, I guess, in our property management side, which assists us in, inspections and that sort of thing, which, again, is invaluable. Like, I relate everything back to ROI and what it saves us in time, wages, return, like as in lost revenue for not doing it. So,
absolutely.
The example I gave earlier, but even for other systems. So, I'm as tight as a fish is proverbial, and I won't spend money unless I have to.
Yeah.
And I know for these things I have to, because that's what you need to do to run a service-based business, which you're servicing people. there's other systems that we've got in the property management side of things which really help us to be able to service everyone. It speeds up the process. It takes away a lot of the labour intensive aspects of it and gives us time back to be able to give that time to people and to focus on the business. Same thing as what a CRM should do. It should give you time back. It should take away the processes, the manual processes, and give you time back to be able to sell houses or list houses or think of the next best thing for our business to do. If you're bogged down in, say, our property managers are bogged down doing inspections because they have to handwrite an inspection. They're not then following up on maintenance requests or something that is part of the business. Or if we're bogged down trying to find that bit of paper we wrote down Bob's name the other week at the open home, we're not knocking on the next door saying, would you like to sell your house, and getting another sale. It's giving you time back.
It actually helps you scale as well, which is cool.
Definitely helps you scale. Like when we started, we had processes in place. We had, as I said, it wasn't really an off-the-cuff decision to make this business. We came out looking like we were a real estate agency, but we were two people sitting on milk crates in our garage, but we were able to scale. We were able to have that perception that we were a fair income real estate agency. No one would know the difference if you were sitting in a flash big office. If you've got the website that looks the part, the Facebook advertising, the support and emails, and it really helps you scale a business because you can. Whilst, like I say, it's 360. I think you have to have that community touch with a physical agency and whatever else. It's given you the ability to do it all without having to spend heaps of money to do so.
100%. Yeah. So Aaron, he is the owner of Arrow, and Leafly as well. He's a bit of a process nerd. So he is the process guy. I'm not so good at them. I can follow them. Some things I do implement, but Aaron's always the one to come in and fix those processes and actually make them so they can be scaled. So, which is pretty cool. So
I think you have to have both. Yeah. I think you have to have both to make a successful business.
Yeah.
If you've got two people that don't plan and just go for it, nothing's going to work. No. If you've got two people that just plan, nothing will get done.
No.
So, and I think it's the same for Kelly and I.
Yep.
I'm the planner. I'm strategic. And she's hey, this is a good idea. Let's do this.
Yep.
And I'm like, hang on.
Yeah, we know how to do this.
That might be a good idea. Let's think about how we're going to execute this.
Exactly. That's Aaron and I in a nutshell. 100%. That's funny as exactly how it is.
You have to have it.
Yeah. 100%. And like when I first started, obviously in my career, I was not good at processes. I would just get in, do it, get it done. That's pretty much it. And there was no real process that I followed that was like, oh, maybe I should, there definitely should be an easier way. Like I always found easier ways, but I never just in my back of my brain was like, oh, I'll make a process for that.
Yeah.
And that's where Aaron comes in and goes, he's probably really, I've been his apprentice with the process side of it. And realistically, it's changed the way that I actually work.
Yeah.
So within the 8 hours or 10 hours that I work in during a day, like I get a lot more done than just sitting around.
That's it. Yeah.
Doing things meaninglessly.
Yeah, exactly. If you plan it and then execute it, it's
got to be deliberate.
Yeah, exactly.
100%.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I want to talk a little bit more just about the marketing side. So what strategy have you really found that has really pivoted your agency's growth in terms of marketing? So pushing the referrals to the side a little bit, what marketing strategies have really worked?
Like I said earlier, it's hard to pinpoint one thing. Like coming from a marketing background, when you develop a plan for a company, it's a complete plan. You've got PR, you've got print, you've got digital, you've got all the little bits and moving pieces that forms your marketing plan. And I think that's what we continue to do. And it's a whole lot of pieces. And if you do one of them, you're going to miss out on other opportunities. So for us, it's a mix, and some I do just because you have to as a real estate agency. Throughout my career, I have never particularly liked print or uh, advertising,
Yeah.
you know, because it's not immeasurable.
No, it's not.
You know,
Exactly.
I've never liked it. And, you know, 15 years in marketing, I've sat in front of boards and said, this is going to be our plan and this is why, because it's measurable. We can measure
Exactly.
how all these things are going because it's digital. We can see the clicks. We can
Exactly right.
see how many people pushed on that button to give us a call. That's how well that campaign went.
Yep.
There's things which we do, which like I know 99 out of 100 people throw out flyer in their letterbox.
Yep.
But it's one person that gets it that might
Exactly.
be thinking of selling that
Yep.
that sticks that on their fridge. I know they're annoying. I know they're probably a waste. Well, it comes back to ROI. I say I know they're probably a waste. It's a lot of money that goes into that stuff, which is
Yeah.
not measurable.
Exactly.
So for me, it's hard as an ROI and like to track everything. It's hard for me to do things like that. But I love the things which are measurable.
Yep.
Like the email I did yesterday that I know I sent an email out to our current buyer database and I know I got 5 phone calls from it because so that's
great.
measurable.
Yeah, exactly right.
Yeah, and that's 5 buyers that actively want to buy somewhere, and we've just told them about properties that are coming up, not even on the market yet. So, like I said, we sell stuff to people before they go to market, and that's a potential there for our clients and for those buyers to get a result on either side.
Yeah.
So, that's measurable. So, marketing wise, it's everything. So,
Yep.
if I were to break it down, we do direct marketing. So we do, letters to owners, investors. We do letterbox drops. We do Facebook and Instagram advertising. We do, emails and SMSs through our CRM.
Yep.
We do community support and sponsorships of clubs and teams. We do outdoor advertising. We do like a whole heap of things. It's a full 360 of touch points of being able to get in front of people.
Putting your brand everywhere.
Putting the brand everywhere. And some of the things is branding and recognition, and some of them is direct marketing and advertising for a result.
It's measurable.
Yeah, it's measurable, and they're different things.
Yeah.
And they both have to be done, I guess. The direct marketing is more of an instant deliverable result.
Exactly.
And then there's the other things like community support, advertising, sponsorships, which are more branding and long-term exercises. So it never ends, and I never want to just go, this is our mix, this is the stuff that we're doing, and this is how we're going to do it next year and then the year after. I want it to always be changing. I want to be always going, okay, this is an opportunity, let's try this. Let's do something different. Let's try something that all the other agencies aren't doing, and that's, we've got a few things in the pipeline which we're going to do, which no one else probably has even thought about doing before, because it's out of left field, but hey, doesn't mean that it's wrong.
Well, exactly. That's the thing with marketing as well that I find is that something that worked 3 months ago may not work now, and then the thing that didn't work now will work maybe in 6 months. It's forever changing, and you got to adapt to that as well, and always be trying different things, always living your business life on your toes.
Yeah, that's right, absolutely. And you have to, the world's changing. The coast is changing, and we need to change with it. If you rewind back 5 years, it was probably completely different then to what it is now, and we as a business are completely different. So it's always thinking of new things, being a little bit different, because yes, we sell a lot of houses, and we do a lot of good real estate things, but we don't really think of ourselves as real estate agents. We're just assisting people with what needs to be done to buy and sell houses. And so things that we do in our marketing and our business growth might not be what typically every other agency will do, because we're not just about listing a house and selling it. We're about being involved. Like we've got it's a silly thing, but something different. Like we've got a community trailer, which anyone can just come and use. Like,
Oh, wow.
it's branded up.
It's awesome.
It's, yeah. So, like, you get people going, oh, we haven't sold with you. I don't care. Just come and use the trailer. It's not about
That's
getting
awesome.
you as a client, and
Yeah.
it's about being part
It's just
of the
giving.
community and
Give.
yeah, just giving,
Exactly.
giving and being genuine, and
Yep.
it's just doing the right thing by people, and and again, like, yes, it's a good thing to do, but hey, again, that person might not want to sell their house one day.
Exactly
and
right.
They'll remember the right thing that we did by them. So whilst it's an easy thing for us to do, and hey, I'd probably give that trailer to anyone if they're gonna sell with us or not. Because when I break it down, I guess we're all human. Like,
Exactly.
if you break it back down to that, we're all human. We're all probably going through the same things and thinking the same way. I'm human. If I didn't have a trailer, and I was need to get rid of some branches, and if I could call up like someone and go, hey, can I borrow your trailer, mate? Yeah, no worries, come and grab it. Like,
Yep.
that's just a human thing
Exactly.
to do. It's not about
Exactly.
business building or anything else. So it's just doing the right thing by people and being genuine. And that's what I say. It's like,
Exactly.
not that we're real estate agents just trying to make a sale, and it's just being genuine. And if we run our business like that, you get referrals and you get people that
100%.
come back, and you don't have to be the stereotypical cold caller or door knocker or I've got buyers for your house when I really don't kind of sales agent, because if you're genuine, people will trust that if you say I've got a buyer for your house, I've got a buyer for your house.
Exactly.
I'm not just telling you a story.
To get you on the market. Oh no, we'll just put it on the market for a while. Yeah.
Exactly,
That's
yeah.
all.
And we see it, and people, vendors, people in the market tell us, oh, they said they had a buyer, but they didn't. I said, it happens.
It's common.
If we come to you and say we've got someone who wants to buy your house, we genuinely do, because it's Bob that we met.
Exactly.
At the open home 3 weeks ago, that's looking for a house just like yours. If you don't want to sell it, don't sell it. That's fine.
Yeah.
We don't need you to sell it. We're just
Exactly.
assisting everyone in the process, and
Yeah.
that's it. You can't. If someone doesn't want to buy a house, you can't make them buy it. If someone doesn't want to sell their house, you can't make them sell it.
Exactly.
It's matching the right people with the right properties, and again that's what the CRM assists us to do.
Yeah.
Is matching people with properties.
Exactly. Just to add to the trailer idea also, that's awesome. So something that someone I follow, Alex Hormozy, he kind of has a saying, which is it's give, get. And it's kind of what that is portraying is like providing value to the marketplace is the best possible way that you can compound your brand and turn from marketing into branding is just giving the market what they want. So that could come in the form of seller guides or even market resources, market updates, or just jumping on the phone and providing some value with the intent of receiving something. Because humans in nature, they want to show reciprocity. That's just how we're built. If someone does something for me, I'm like, I gotta remember that, so then I can actually give back to them at the time of when they need it.
Absolutely. So, yeah. And if you run your business or as an agent, if you just run it as all I need is you as a client, all I want to do is take from you and get what I want, it won't work.
Exactly.
It won't be long-term success. You need to give back. You need to give people what they want, because that's what being an agent, as an agent, you're running your own business essentially.
Yep.
You're running your own small business. And if you just take and not give back, it's not a long-term. You won't get referrals. You won't. It's not a long-term.
It's not
business
genuine.
plan. No.
Exactly.
No, that's right. And so, you need to give back. You need to do the right thing by people, and it goes around. It comes back.
Exactly.
So
exactly. I think if people can sense that you need something from them, and you haven't actually done anything for them in the first place, they're probably gonna run away.
absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Exactly. All right. To tie things up, something I want to ask is obviously now that both yourself and Kelly have seen like a mountain of success in the industry with recent years, I want to ask, what advice would you give to someone else, another agent that's really looking to start their own business, but they haven't taken the leap just yet?
Don't expect overnight success. Don't expect it to be easy, and don't expect it to be what you think it's going to be, because it's not. Plan it. Get the right systems around you. Like, understand what you need to be able to service people. understand the setup at the core. See, what we started at the core, it just grows from there. So set it up right from the beginning. You can't just go, okay, I want to set up an ad. For the time being, I'll just run an Excel spreadsheet. Or for the time being, I'll just do my own accounting or whatever. Set it up right from the beginning, because it's just going to compound.
Yep.
And if things go right and you do get busier, like you plan on, you want to get busier, you're not going to have time to then go back and fix up the things you didn't do right. You're chasing your tail.
Absolutely.
You're better off starting it right from the beginning, planning it, saying, okay, this is how I need the business to be structured, and this is how we'll be able to scale it and grow it right from the beginning. Right from the beginning, because it's going to be a hell of a lot harder to go backwards and change it. And you're probably going to lose a lot of opportunity and a lot of money by not doing it right from the beginning.
Exactly.
So, yeah, my advice would be get ready to work hard. Nothing comes easy, especially in this industry. Do the right thing by people. That will work hard and do the right thing, and have some systems in place that assist you to do those first two things. Assist you to work hard in the right areas, and assist you to do the right thing by people, by not having to do all the labour intensive stuff in the back end.
Absolutely.
But most importantly, get ready to work hard, because no one has success without working hard.
Exactly right. And to add to that as well, people that are tied up in the cost of these tech systems, you got to look at it from a different perspective, which is, what is the cost of me actually not doing this? And like you were saying, you get to a point where you don't have any more time, then you're actually chasing your tail, trying to get all this data that you worked so hard for over the 6 months, and you're working backwards.
Yeah.
So,
like I've said, I would be one of the hardest people to convince that I need to invest in something.
Yeah.
I have to be convinced, and it annoys me that I'll say it annoys me. I can't say no to this arrow thing. I have to have it. It's good that I can't say no, because I know the value in it. I know that it helps the business, and I know that I can't say no, and I know that I need it.
Yeah.
So can't charge me more.
No.
But it's essential. It's essential. So don't cut on those things that are essential, that are going to make your business better.
Absolutely. No, that's awesome. All right, well, we'll leave it there, I guess. So thanks so much again, Dan, for coming in. And what you're doing with Rowling Co is just absolutely awesome. So it was a pleasure having you on the podcast for our number one. Pretty much from here on, I don't know where this is going to go, but we'll find out, that's for sure. So
thanks for having me. I hope I provided a little bit of content that would be valuable.
Yeah, well, definitely. I hope so too. So, alrighty. Cool. Done.
That's it.
That's it.